Breaking: Poilievre's Battle River-Crowfoot election victory rocks Canada. In a remarkable political comeback, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre secured a decisive victory in the August 18, 2025, Battle River-Crowfoot by-election, reclaiming his seat in the House of Commons after a surprising defeat in the April federal election. This victory not only marks a personal triumph for Poilievre, but also signals a renewed momentum for the Conservative Party amidst Canada's evolving political landscape. The by-election results showcased not just Poilievre's resilience, but also a significant shift in voter sentiment, suggesting that Canadians are increasingly looking for alternatives to the current administration. Poilievre's campaign in Battle River-Crowfoot was characterized by a deep connection with the community. He spent countless hours meeting with constituents, listening to their concerns, and engaging in discussions that resonated with their everyday lives. His ability to connect on a personal level was evident. He expressed profound gratitude to his wife, Anna, and their children for their unwavering support during the campaign. Acknowledging the sacrifices of his family, Poilievre emphasized that his commitment to public service was driven by a desire to build a stronger, more prosperous future for all Canadian families. This heartfelt acknowledgement of family values struck a chord with voters, reinforcing his image as a candidate who genuinely cares about the well-being of his constituents. A poignant moment in his speech was dedicated to former MP Damien Kurek, who stepped down to allow Poilievre to contest the seat. Poilievre recounted the tragic loss of Kurek's father during harvest season and the collective effort of neighbors who brought their combines to ensure the crops were harvested. This act of solidarity, Poilievre noted, epitomized the resilient and community-oriented spirit of Battle River-Crowfoot. Such stories fostered a sense of unity among the voters, reminding them of the importance of community support in challenging times. The tribute to Kurek also demonstrated Poilievre's respect for his fellow politicians and the sacrifices they make for their communities. Turning to national issues, Poilievre criticized the policies of the Liberal government under Prime Minister Mark Carney. He highlighted the ballooning deficits, rising inflation, and the deepening housing crisis as evidence of the government's failure to address the concerns of everyday Canadians. Poilievre argued that these issues were exacerbated by policies that he claimed favored foreign producers over domestic industries. His analysis resonated with many Canadians who felt overlooked by the federal government, particularly those struggling to make ends meet amid rising costs. By framing these issues in relatable terms, Poilievre effectively positioned himself as a champion for average Canadians seeking accountability from their leaders. One of the most contentious points in Poilievre's address was the Liberal government's plan to impose an electric vehicle mandate. He warned that this policy would add substantial costs to vehicle purchases and disproportionately affect rural communities, where electric vehicles are less practical. Poilievre pledged that the Conservative Party would fight this mandate through grassroots campaigns and legislative efforts, ensuring that Canadians have the freedom to choose the vehicles that best suit their needs. This stance appealed to many rural voters who rely on traditional vehicles for their livelihoods, further solidifying Poilievre's connection with the constituents of Battle River-Crowfoot. Public safety was another critical issue Poilievre addressed. He expressed concern over the rise in thefts, violent crimes, and drug offenses in communities that were once considered safe. Poilievre advocated for stronger laws to combat these issues, emphasizing the importance of protecting lawful firearm owners who rely on hunting rifles for sustenance and safety in rural areas. By addressing public safety directly, Poilievre tapped into a widespread anxiety among Canadians about crime levels, presenting himself as a leader who prioritizes the security of families and communities. On the topic of immigration, Poilievre criticized what he termed the Liberal government's open borders policies. While affirming that the Conservative Party welcomes lawful and orderly immigration, he stressed that the system must prioritize Canada's national interests. Poilievre argued that this approach would ensure that Canadians have access to affordable housing, jobs, and healthcare. This message resonated particularly well among voters concerned about the strain on public services and the economic implications of unchecked immigration. Poilievre also expressed concerns about Canada's sovereignty, citing a significant outflow of investment since Prime Minister Carney took office. He proposed the Canadian Sovereignty Act, which aims to streamline approval processes for resource projects, eliminate the carbon tax and electric vehicle mandate, and remove capital gains taxes on reinvested profits. Poilievre argued that these measures would restore investor confidence and stimulate economic growth. His focus on enhancing Canada's economic sovereignty appealed to business owners and investors eager for a more favorable economic climate. Throughout his speech, Poilievre emphasized values such as humility, loyalty, hard work, and perseverance. He shared stories of individuals who inspired him, including a cancer patient attending his town hall despite undergoing treatment, a waitress working multiple jobs to support her family, a prison guard enduring assault while protecting others, and centenarians who built their families through hardship. These stories, Poilievre said, embodied the resilience and determination that define Canadians. By showcasing real-life examples, he effectively illustrated the strength of the human spirit, reinforcing his message of hope and determination. In closing, Poilievre urged Canadians not to lose hope. Drawing parallels between the challenges faced by Battle River-Crowfoot families and the broader national issues, he pledged that the Conservative Party would fight to restore a Canada that is strong, self-reliant, and sovereign, a country where families can prosper and children can look forward to a better future. His call to action resonated deeply, inspiring many to envision a brighter future under Conservative leadership. Poilievre's victory in the Battle River-Crowfoot by-election is a significant political event, reflecting both personal resilience and a broader ideological shift within Canadian politics. As the Conservative Party regains its footing, the implications of this win will undoubtedly resonate across the nation's political landscape in the months to come. The focus on community, family values, and economic sovereignty is likely to shape the party's platform as it prepares for future elections, positioning Poilievre as a formidable force in Canadian politics moving forward.